Hello, hello. This is Weather Vibes and I'm Dharmesh Dyer.
And I'm Mortimer Williams and welcome to Weather Vibes.
Mortimer, today we've got a young person on the show who is absolutely passionate about climate change and recycling. It's going to be amazing.
Yes.
And then I'm going to take you all on another magical ride to the Eastern Cape.
Okay. I have decided that next season I'm going to be taking you on a magical journey. Yeah, it's going to be great. And I think I know just the place.
All right, do tell, you have got my attention now.
I am not telling anything. I mean, it's going to be unfair to spoil the surprise, but I cannot wait to see the expression on your face. It's going to blow your mind.
Well, now I'm looking forward to it.
Ah, I'm sure you are. And don't forget our heated weather quiz a bit later on.
And it's quiz time.
Yeah, the moment you've been waiting for to watch me whip his behind one more time.
Well, I've been studying, I've been learning, I'm ready for this. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
4 questions, true or false?
Topic?
Recycling.
Ooh, recycling. Okay.
Styrofoam can be included in recycling. You know what styrofoam, eh?
Another name is polystyrene.
Ooh, very British of you.
Yes, polystyrene, and I would say that would be false.
Are you sure?
I would say that would be false, unless it's melted. But no.
Think carefully.
That would
Think
give
carefully about this.
CFCs and toxins into. I think it would be false because I have left polystyrene outside for many years, and I would say false.
Unfortunately, that's true.
Can it be?
It can be.
Oh my word.
Styrofoam can be included in recycling. That is actually false. That's false.
Oh.
Number 2, and you were just lucky there. Any plastic that has a number in a triangle can be recycled.
A number in a triangle can be recycled.
Bit of a tongue twister, but I'm sure you...
Yeah, I've seen that before, and I would say that would be true. It can be recycled. True.
Quack, quack. That is false, my friend.
Why? You don't know?
I don't know.
Okay. What's my score?
1 out of 3.
Okay, perfect. Here
But
we go.
you used to losing.
It's fine, it's fine. Let's go.
Number 3. Lids and caps should be removed before recycling.
False.
Are you sure? That sounded a bit quick. Think about
false.
it.
False.
Think about
I've seen many a times that they just recycle things with the caps on.
So your answer is true.
Yeah.
Your answer is true.
What? Say it again. Don't confuse me here.
Lids and caps should be removed before recycling.
False.
That is true. All this true and false is getting me
So
confused.
you must just say correct because you're confusing me. It's either correct or incorrect.
All right, so you have 2 out of 3.
Okay,
2 out of 3. Last one. This is for the title.
There's no title.
Title.
Just go.
You did watch Rocky.
I'm playing for your cap today. Okay.
Recycling conserves energy and reduces greenhouse gases.
True.
That was such an easy question.
Yes.
I don't know who wrote that.
Sure. True. So what is my score? 3 out of 4.
3 out of 4.
Okay, are you ready for yours?
I am
Let's
ready.
go.
I'm
True or
ready
false?
to cheat.
Also, recycling. True or false? Recyclables should be loose and not bagged. Recyclables should be loose and not bagged.
I'm trying to imagine the recycling bin at home when we put things in there. Should it be in a bag?
Recyclables should be loose and not bagged.
False.
Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
Incorrect. It is actually true.
You know I'm getting these answers wrong just to make you look good.
I'm sure. Question number 2.
Number 2.
Batteries and electronics can be included in your daily recycle bin. True or false? Batteries and electronics can be included in your daily recycle bin.
I'm going to say that's false.
Why?
I just have this impression that there are special places you need to take your computers and cell phones and all the other gizmos.
So your
to.
final answer would be true.
No, now you're confusing me. Now you're confusing me.
Batteries and electronics can be included in your daily recycle bin?
False.
Correct. It is false.
Yes, I knew it.
True or false?
True or false?
Garden hoses cannot be recycled.
Wow, that is an interesting one. What are garden hoses made of? Plastic.
Garden hoses cannot be recycled. True or false?
I say that's true.
Do you think?
Garden
hoses cannot be recycled.
Stop trying to reverse psychology.
I'm just reading it. Think about it carefully. Garden hoses cannot be recycled. True or false? Think carefully.
I say true. I say true.
You say true?
I say true.
I say it is correct.
I knew it.
Your final one.
What is the score, by the way?
It is 1-2. You've got 2 so far.
So I need to get this one for a tie.
Yes, correct.
Right, let's go. I'm ready. I was born ready.
True or false? Paint can be included in recycling.
Wow. Talk about a curveball. I've never thought about
Paint
it.
can be included in recycling. Think about it very carefully.
Well, I'm thinking paint has got all of these chemicals in it. How would they recycle it?
Paint can be, but does it include the paint tin?
Oh, you're just confusing me now. It's just... Repeat last time?
Paint can be included in recycling. True.
False. I say false. I just have a gut. You know when your gut tells you something? Like when you're hungry?
That answer is unfortunately correct. It is false. It's a tie. Okay, he's catching up.
A tie.
It is a no tie. It is a tie. Well done. I see you have studied.
I told you I've studied. A little bit of cheating involved, but it's not...
I know. But this is what happens only on Weather Vibes.
Weather Vibes. Welcome to Weather Vibes. And today we have got such an interesting guest. This is the COO of Aqua Air Africa. Palesa, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
I love the cashmere scarf. It looks absolutely amazing.
Thank you so much.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and Aqua Air Africa.
Okay, my name is Balsam Kabani. I'm the COO at Aqua Air Africa. Aqua Air is a brand that extracts water from the atmosphere. So it's a brand that came as an initiative to actually solve the solutions of water on our country.
So just for people to understand that, you actually take water out of the air and you put it in a bottle?
Yes,
And it's not as simple as that, but...
Yes, it's not as simple as that. It's quite exciting and quite unique. And also simply because the technology is fairly new in South Africa. We actually extract the clouds and we drop the temperature below its dew point. And then therefore it condenses, the air condenses, and then we get water out of it.
That's absolutely fantastic. But how did the story come about? Where are you from? How did you get inspired to be in this Aqua Air movement?
Okay, originally I'm from the Free State, in a homeland called Qwaqwa. I started my studies at Vaal University in the Vaal, and then I went over to Northwest University. So then I've mastered in water treatment under chemical engineering. So I've also worked for Sasol, synthetic fuels, and I've also worked for Eskom. That's when I started specializing in water, and then now I moved over to Aqua Air Africa.
That is absolutely amazing. Now, when you said you're from the Orange Free State, I've always had this image in my mind of dry, desolate, no rain. Is that correct?
Not really. I think over time, hence, we're having challenges of climate change.
Okay.
Now, obviously, the world has gotten hotter. So the weather is no longer the same as the time we were growing up. So things have changed over time. Hence, it's so important to take care of our environment.
That is so interesting. You're talking about climate change. Obviously, on Weather Vibes, we're interested in weather and everything climate related. So when you go back home now, can you see the effects of climate change?
Yes, a lot. Actually, what has happened, even in our country, in South Africa, we've actually experienced already, we're starting to experience the effects of global warming. If you can remember, around 2015, there was a time where we had a heat wave that was called El Nino. And even the dams, I remember in Cape Town, the dam went up to 0 level. And that's actually an alarm that says there is a climate change challenge upon us. So even in Qwaqwa, as much as it's a cold place, when climate change occurs, if the temperatures were cold, it becomes extreme. The hot ones becomes extreme as well. So you experience extreme weathers on both sides.
Yeah, that's absolutely shocking, and it seems to be accelerating, this change around the world.
It is accelerating. There's a forum that has been formed by the United Nations as a call to all global societies to actually make a commitment to ensure that they have solutions towards global warming to protect the current and the future generations. So we've got it upon ourselves as a country to actually do the right things now so that we can make sure that we really keep our surface temperatures below the increase of 2 degrees as the Global United Nations Sustainable Goals require.
That's amazing. You know, the world actually needs more people like you who are so passionate about climate change and what we can do to actually save our planet. And it's not a country thing, it's not a continent thing, it really is a planet issue, eh?
It is a planet issue because the world is an ecosystem. Nothing is isolated or works in silos. We live in one environment. The land is one, the air is one, the water is one, because the whole ecosystem of water from oceans to rivers and eventually in our taps, it's an ecosystem. So everyone has got to be on board to ensure that we actually take care of our environment so that we don't experience the extreme uncomfortable weathers.
And you spoke now about uncomfortable weathers. Do you find when it gets hot, you get a little bit tired, a little bit moody, a little bit angry?
Absolutely. Now that I've moved over to the side, like as I said, I'm from the Free State. Now in the Free State, around June, it's extremely cold. Extremely cold. And this side of the north of the country, it becomes extremely hot. So you find that you don't really have the balance between the two. You now experience the extremes. And the extremes have got consequences into our weather, as we're talking about the weather on the Weather Channel right now. You experience extreme rainfalls, which results in extreme flooding, which results in disruption in our plantation and food chain, and then animal chain. Then we start experiencing diseases. So the chain goes on and on, and no one wants to live in a world like that. So those are the consequences of the environment, and which we need to do something about our fossil energies, because they are the ones that are causing the greenhouse emissions that eventually warms up our world, and then we end up with all those things that I've just mentioned.
These are serious topics which we obviously need to tackle as a society, but let's take our foot off the accelerator and let's just... what's your favorite meal?
I normally like a salad, as long as it's a salad with any protein.
Okay.
Then that works for me. And obviously, if I wasn't living well, I would do pasta.
It's fine. Once in a while, a little bit of pasta is not going to be a bad thing.
Yes, once in a while, you cheat with a spoon or so. Yeah.
What's your favorite season then? What is the season where you are going to be at your best?
I think summer.
Summer, eh?
Summer. I love summer. Summer is quite good, but when it gets too hot, it's also another challenge.
What is your favorite destination? Local destination, local.
Local, the Drakensberg. I love hiking.
Oh, really? Fantastic.
So I've gone there recently. So I love the Drakensberg, the mountain, the serenity there. That side of the country is still pure. You can actually taste the purity of water from the ground, which is what we grew up in, by the way. But recently in the cities, you can't even drink from the nearby river because of the pollution that we have, which we need to have more awareness in the world and teach our people and teach even in circles where we are, so that all the consequences that we do to the environment will eventually react back to us.
And last question. When you're traveling around our beautiful country with all the different weather patterns, how do you like to move around? Are you going to be flying or are you going to be driving?
Usually I prefer to drive. It's a bit longer, but you tend to appreciate our country as it is, moving from the city where we're busy with our day-to-day deadlines. And then as you drive out to the countryside and you experience the beauty of the mountains, the rivers, it's such a beautiful country where we live in. So yes, you'll see this from the sky, but not really, except for the clouds, unless you come lower on the altitude. So driving
does it for
it's
you.
quite beautiful for me. Yeah.
Well, Palesa, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yes.
I, for one, am absolutely astounded that we've come to the point where we can actually take water out of the atmosphere and put it into bottles. It's fascinating.
Absolutely, and it actually tastes beautiful because it's like rain, actually, because it's from the clouds. So,
That's wonderful, wonderful.
yeah, thank you so much.
Folks, I'm sure you can agree with me that Palesa has so much energy for the world. We now all feel so inspired. We'll see you after the break.
Okay, I have officially decided that this weekend I'm going to go to the Eastern Cape. I already checked the weather and it looks perfect. I need to go to what's that place?
Traineries.
Traineries.
Now, if you go to Traineries, make sure you go on a Saturday. Their seafood buffet is absolutely amazing. Catch all their details on our Facebook page. And remember, hashtag visit Eastern Cape. Let's go to the Eastern Cape. And now we head off to our next journey via the pond over Kai. Hold on, I had such a great time last night. I forgot to show you the rooms. I need to go have a look. I know it seems strange. I chose the honeymoon suite, but the hotel was kind enough to bump me up. The other rooms were just as nice, just depending on what your mood requires. They cater well for the whole family. Thank you so much. That's great. Thank you so much. Now I believe the seafood at Traineries is amazing. Let's find out. As you can see, the weather is changing, but that's not going to stop us from exploring. Let's go down and see this amazing bonfire on the beach. Cheers. Wow, this amazing bonfire here at Traineries. Absolutely stunning. You've got the lagoon behind me, the oceans in front of me, and the stars. But here's the thing, folks, it doesn't matter what the weather is, we go out and explore. Hashtag visit Eastern Cape. A bonfire and fire dancing. What a splendid way to end our stay at Traineries. Hashtag visit Eastern Cape.
Well, that's it for another episode, and it certainly has been a very interesting one. Hey?
Indeed, Mortimer, and be sure to follow us online. We'd love to hear your thoughts. I'm Dermish Dyer.
And I'm Mortimer Williams. Catch you next time, only on
Weather Vibes.